Yo, let's get into Phoenix, man. I'm kind of gonna reiterate some of the things you said, man. They're
Yeah.
17-3, bro. As of the day that we're shooting this video, which is Sunday night, currently 10:28 p.m. East Coast time, New Jersey time to be exact. Second in the
Uh-huh.
West, one game behind Golden State, which is, yo, I know we did the Warriors video, and shout out to everyone who's been showing us love on that Warriors video because it's one of our better performing ones in recent history. But that kind of says something about how beast Golden State has played when you got Phoenix winning 16 games in a row and they're still not even first. They're a full game behind the Warriors, second in the West. Uh and let's just get into it, man, because I'm kind of gonna take the same format we did with the Warriors one because it seemed like that one worked. And me and you talked off camera. We said that we really liked how that video was shot. So
Yeah.
staying true to that format, Phoenix is putting up 112.6 points a game, third in the NBA. Opponents' points per game is 105 exact, eighth in the NBA. So that's what 7.6 point difference on average. That's the type of I'm just gonna swear, man. I'm trying hard not to swear, but I'll just do it. That's the type of shit you like to see, bro. That's the shit of winning teams. Basically 7.5 point difference, fifth in offensive rating, third in defensive rating, top five in both of those. Phoenix is getting the job done, man. It's insane to think that just 2 years ago, this team was pretty bad. And now they look like pretty much one of the best teams in the NBA, man.
Bro, that's good that you brought that up because I was gonna bring that up because people were actually saying like they were wasting Devin Booker's talent. And I was like, what are people talking about? Like there's a rebuild process. Like you're not just gonna be like, yeah, we didn't win this year, and last year we didn't win either. So let's just trade all our good players. Like that's not how it works, dude. But they the Chris Paul deal was the game changer. That it reminds me of like the Jason Kidd deal because like you saw the improvement with the Nets when they got Kidd, and then you see the improvement with the Suns when they got Chris Paul. It's basically what happened, man. You got a really good point guard, doesn't turn the ball over that much. Even Chris Paul is like he's a multi-threat guy. Like he can hit threes, he's good at free throws, gets you steals, assists, sometimes some rebounds and points. Like there's no real weakness there. And that's pretty much how Kid was too. So that was the turning point.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go a little back because I want to be specific. When you said people were saying, "Oh, get Devin Booker out of Phoenix," the guy who I remember saying that was Draymond Green. That's all I'm gonna say. Safe to say, Draymond was pretty wrong on that one, right? But
Yeah.
all right, now catching back up, man. You were saying some stuff about Chris Paul, CP. CP is literally point god, bro. Point god. This season, he's played in 20 games, so he's played in every single game that they've played. Phoenix, 14.5 points, 10.1 rebounds on the season, double double. This is just what Chris Paul has done pretty much his whole career, and everywhere he's gone, he's won. New Orleans, there was a couple years when in New Orleans early in his career they weren't making the playoffs, but that's expected, man. This guy was like a rookie, sophomore, whatever. But you know, excuse me, New Orleans. I don't know if I was saying another team, New Orleans, the Hornets, but they also had a lot of success there. After that, he goes to Clippers, arguably greatest success that franchise ever had. Probably only rival to like right now with Kawhi and PG, but you know, Houston, right there, man, challenging the Warriors. Goes to OKC after that. Everyone's saying OKC is gonna be a tanking team, lottery team. Dude takes him to the playoffs, and then this one right here is just his latest one, bro. He goes to Phoenix, a team that wasn't making the play. The last time they made the playoffs was 2010, if I'm not mistaken, before last year. right? Chris Paul's first year there. They had like a decade drought not making the playoffs. The last time was pretty much the Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire days when they made it in 2010 and lost to the Kobe Pau Gasol Lakers. So CP, man, anywhere he goes, bro, the team just wins. And we said this in the offseason video. It's insane how just 2 years ago people thought really low of Chris Paul, man. They were like, "Oh, no one's gonna trade for Chris Paul, man. That's horrible." And 2 years later, bro, like we all look like fools.
Yeah, the only thing I would say about Chris Paul is his contract is pretty crazy. But nowadays, contracts are all crazy. But the only thing about Chris Paul is that, of course, he's older. So the olderness, like, that's going to influence if you're going to give this guy a 2, 3 year contract. And then the Suns did. So I don't know. Like, it seems like it's playing out for them. They made it to the finals. If they make it to the finals again this year, or even win the championship this year, I think it's all worth it.
Yeah, man. Honestly, that Chris Paul deal for Phoenix, it was kind of like the Kawhi to Toronto one, where more so, and even more for Phoenix, because they had, like I said, a drought of being bad. So, and Toronto, with the Kawhi thing, they were good, but every single year just getting eliminated by LeBron. They just can't get over that hump. Sometimes you have to make a dramatic trade and just hope for the best. And with them, I guess you could say it was the Chris Paul thing, taking on an older guy, expensive contract, and they doubled down, extended him, all that stuff. And it's paying off for them, man. And it's nice to see Phoenix doing good. Uh, but I mean, I don't know, man. You got anything else on CP? The dude's just point guard, man. Double double on the year and staying healthy all 20 games he's played.
No, CP, that's all I got on him.
All right, let's move on, man. Because right here, I'm kind of just shining the light on some of the players that have been balling out for Phoenix. So Booker's pretty much putting up, if we just round up, he's putting up a 24, 5-5. Also has played every single game for Phoenix this year. That's great. You know, obviously he's their star, the star that they're hoping to build around for years to come. He's like in his early 20s, I want to say. And dude's playing like an all-star. And the last guy is Aiton, putting up a pretty much like a 15 and 11 on 64% shooting. He's only played 14 of their 20 games. So it's pretty good that even though he's missed 6 games, Phoenix has kind of been able to weather the storm. And yeah, man, I mean, if you're getting a double double from your point guard and a double double from your center, and then you got Booker, 24, 5-5. That's a three-headed monster right there, man.
Yeah, definitely like their squad is stacked because they even have like if you see like the highs and lows in on the games that they've played, Booker is almost always the leading scorer. But sometimes Paul, sometimes Bridges, sometimes even Payne will come up as a possible, and then one game Johnson came up as like a leading scorer. But on the rebounds, you got JaVale McGee there. And JaVale McGee, he's been putting up some solid rebounding games, 10 plus rebounds a game. And he comes off the bench from time to time. And then there's sometimes like you said, Ayton doesn't play. You still got McGee. He's a big man. He could block, protect the rim. And then in the assist department, Paul almost always dominates. But then sometimes you have Booker getting some highs in the assist. So it's pretty much Paul and Booker. Like that's pretty much it. But it's still good to see that sometimes like Booker could be a facilitator too. It's not just Chris Paul like always being the facilitator. But yeah, this team's really well balanced in my opinion. And their defense is probably the biggest thing I noticed the past few days.
Yeah, bro. You brought up JaVale McGee. yo, he's playing great for them, bro. Like 10.2 points, 7.3 boards, 66% field goal in only 16 and a half minutes a game. The dude's just coming into the game and just making the most of his opportunities. He's also played in all 20 games. Like, yo, that's kind of under the radar, bro. Like, I don't follow Phoenix like that, like that. But damn, bro, 10 and 7 from JaVale McGee off the bench. 16 minutes, man. That's solid to have. I know they're happy as hell that they picked him up. And
Yeah, on my fantasy squad, there are some weeks that I've been like streaming him because he'll get you some 10 rebound games.
yeah, bro, he's solid, man. That's crazy, bro. Like JaVale McGee, his career's been kind of crazy. You remember like when Shaq was doing Shaq in a Fool, JaVale McGee was like the poster child for that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Crazy like things where he would try to dribble up the court and just lose the ball. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was even out of the league for like a year or something like that. He kind of low key, it looked like he was on his last chance. And if he blew it, he was out of the league. But yeah, like after that, man, Golden State winning rings with them. I feel like the Golden State thing was it. Like you went to Golden State on those Durant teams, and like everyone looked good, man. So, but yeah, 10 and 7, man.
Yeah,
That's
Golden
that's
State.
great, bro. That's great. And then the last guy I had penciled in is Bridges. He's probably
Mhm.
the least flashiest one of all the names we've mentioned, but he's just another solid player. He's almost 13 points a game, 12.9 to be exact, 54.4 field goal percentage. So he's just another efficient player, bro. We mentioned Aiton, 64% field goal, McGee, 66, Bridges, 54%, 39.1 from threes. And I think he's penciled in for like a steal and a half a game. And he's another one of their
Bro,
starters. This guy's just solid, man. Phoenix has a solid team, bro.
bro. I don't know if you saw the highlights of the Nets game.
Talk to me. What
It was,
happened?
bro, he had 7 steals, bro,
Bridges.
by himself, dude. Previous game before that, he had 3 steals. In fantasy, that's 10 steals in 2 games, bro. That's crazy. This
Yeah,
guy,
he's
like
good.
the defense they played against the Nets, dude. That's like I don't know if you want to like. That's a nice transition right there too, man. And like that Nets game, I don't know if you saw, but they were up by like 22 at one point. And the Nets also faced the Warriors, and the Warriors were up by like 20 against them too. Like these two teams seem to be on another level above the Nets because they're a lot deeper and their defense seems a lot better. And like that's something that I really noticed in that game with the Nets. And then even then before that, they played against the Knicks. They held them to 97. And the thing with the Nets, dude, the Nets had a crazy fourth quarter comeback. Like they were down by way more. So they just made it look better. But then they beat Cleveland. And they beat Denver by like, what is that? They beat Denver by 29. 126 to 97, bro. Like that's crazy good defense. So all these teams are keeping them around 100, dude. Like Dallas, they kept them to 104 and 98 in 2 separate occasions. Timberwolves to 96, Houston 89, Memphis 94. Their defense is really good, man. And Bridges is one of those guys. He's a long dude. He gets steals. Yeah, that's a winning combination right there, man. And then obviously Chris Paul gets steals. So you got that too. And then
Yeah,
Aiden with the blocks. That's a tough team, man.
yeah, and they also have Jay Crowder. That's a guy that you just always like on your team.
And Jay Crowder, dude. Jay Crowder
Even
was
though
one of those guys known for defense.
even though when I was doing research today, Jay Crowder kind of sucks this year, no lie. His percentages are pretty bad. So I don't know, man. If Phoenix could just kind of get him to get out of his slump, like I'm pretty sure he's still bringing that hard nosed defense. that he's kind of made a career around. Because that was Jay Crowder's thing. He was 3-and-D guy,
Yeah.
always sticking his nose in there and fucking with LeBron and stuff. He was one of those guys that actually fucked with LeBron, bro. It was kind of neat. But yeah, man. You want to transition to the next 5 games?
Yeah.
All right. So next 5 games for Phoenix, they have the Warriors twice, not back to back, but they have the Warriors in two of them. They got the Pistons, Spurs, and the Celtics. What do you think about those next 5 games? Warriors, Pistons, Spurs, Celtics.
Two Warriors ones. Super hyped for. That's really cool that they have that set up. And it's crazy. They have them on Christmas as well. They have them playing on Christmas Day against the Warriors on ABC. So everybody could watch that. You don't need TNT. You don't need ESPN, ABC. Everybody could watch that game. Everybody should watch that game. And the biggest thing right now is the hype that got built around this next game, the one on Tuesday. It's crazy, man. They could get 17 straight wins. Golden State's on fire. They just won tonight. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I
They
watched it.
yeah, they beat the Clippers. Steph Curry had like 6 steals, like by himself, dude. Like this game, I'm super excited for that game. Obviously, the big thing is that they're going against them twice. One at home, one away. Both of these teams, if you look at them statistically, they are better at home, but like they've barely lost either way. You know what I mean? Like they both had like Golden State's 11-1 at home, Phoenix is 8-2, Golden State's 7-1 away, Suns are 9-1. They're both really good home or away, but I'm interested to see if either of these teams could get both of these games. Like that's gonna be a telltale sign. Like if Golden State wins at home and then the Suns win at home, it's kind of like you know what it is. Like the home team gets the advantage. But if either of these teams can win both, that's gonna be a big indicator of like who's really the top dog.
Yeah. Oh man, bro. Though I'm excited, bro, to see the first game against the Warriors, the Phoenix Suns Warriors game, because man, these teams are both playing great, and I'm not going to try to shine a light on Golden State, but it's freaking crazy that the Warriors don't even have Klay Thompson, bro, or James Wiseman. Like these two teams to me are clear cut, just better than everyone. Some teams have picked it up. I'm not gonna lie, like Milwaukee and Atlanta, they're starting to really show that like they're good teams. But Phoenix and Golden State so far, they're just kicking ass and taking names, bro. Like neither one of these teams is fucking around. And especially Phoenix, man, like they're fresh off an NBA Finals appearance, bro. And they lost, runners up. And, I was saying, oh yeah, Milwaukee's gonna win it. I was predicting Milwaukee, but it wasn't something that if Phoenix won, I was gonna be mad about because I was kind of rooting for CP. This dude's been around the block, man. He's, towards the tail end of his career, really good player, and just no rings to show for it. And then that's what we judge these players off nowadays, unfortunately, is oh, do you have rings or you don't? That's why people say Charles Barkley sucks for some reason because he never won a ring. And I just don't want CP to fall victim to that, man. But Phoenix is great, man. I think they should take care of the Pistons pretty handily. Like Detroit's one of the worst teams in the NBA. Spurs, they should handle that too. Spurs are pretty bad, bro. These are dark days for the Spurs. Celtics are slumping, bro. They're like 2 games under, I think, 500. I don't know if you want to if you could like pull that
They're
up real quick.
they're 10-10.
10-10. So they're a 500 team. It's literally these
My
Warriors
bad.
games.
My bad. They won tonight, so they're 11-10.
Oh, 11-10. But they don't look that hot. Like Phoenix, if Phoenix could go 4-1 in these 5, like maybe they just lose like that, like maybe one to go in a state. That would be great, man. That's like best case scenario. But I definitely don't I don't see them winning all five. Like I don't think this win streak stretches to 21. I don't know
If
about
they
you.
do, if they do, man,
That's beast.
that's gonna be amazing to witness, man. That's gonna be fun. And they're gonna be setting some records. And they'd clearly be the top team in the West at that point because they'd have beaten Golden State twice. So let's see, man.